Welcome back, everyone, to another tactic here on the channel. It's another 4-2-3-1. However, this one is pretty different from my previous one. It's pretty generic, honestly, except the results, not generic whatsoever. We tested with Galatasaray, and I was not expecting what it did with them, because not only did they win the league, they won the Champions League over Manchester City, as well as the Turkish Cup. They unfortunately were runners-up Turkish Super Cup, or else they would have had a quadruple, but we'll definitely settle for a treble. And I mean, Victor Osimhen, 12 goals in the Champions League. He led the Champions League in goals. That's how good this tactic is. Like I just previously mentioned, and as you can see on screen right now, it's a pretty generic 4-2-3-1. It's essentially all the roles that you kind of expect to be within a 4-2-3-1. Now, my last one had an advanced playmaker at number 10. This time we have an attacking midfielder at number 10. I wanted to make sure that I could have a role that was essentially 100% customizable in one area of this tactic, and I wanted it to be a focal point in the tactic, and the number 10, the attacking midfielder, is most definitely that. We've got an advanced forward up top, inside forwards to either side of that number 10, deep line playmaker with a ball-winning midfielder, 2 wingbacks, 2 ball-playing defenders, and a sweeper keeper. Now, with this tactic, like I said, the number 10 kind of going to be a focal point within it. You got that advanced forward, advancing. You got the inside forwards going inside, kind of operating like some wide strikers. Wingbacks acting like normal wingbacks within my tactics. They stay wider, cross from the byline. Be creative. You have that deep line playmaker, ball-winning midfielder come up, and then you have the ball-playing defenders come up as well. Now, you'll notice I have not touched this number 10 yet, and that's because he operates in this entire space. I wanted to make sure they have free roam, free creativity to do whatever they wanted, and it led to quite a few pretty good games from our number 10, which within testing was Hakim Ziyech. He had a couple hat tricks in there, even though this attacking midfielder is on the support duties, so it's not as aggressive as the attacking one would be, and he was still chipping in with hat tricks here and there. And overall, this tactic absolutely busted. Very, very good, darn near perfect. Now, to kind of showcase what this tactic looks like, how it performs, I'm going to be showing you 2 different match highlights. One is a league win over Besiktas where we beat them 5-0. And then the other is a Champions League match where we beat Inter Milan 4-1. Absolutely dominated them. Look absolutely fantastic with this tactic as well. All right, so as we can see, tactic is pretty good. It is a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to use. If you have a number 10, and honestly, pretty good striker as well as Victor Osimhen, absolutely class. But if you have a pretty good number 10 who is not only creative, but has the ability to surprise and score a couple goals here and there, be pretty influential, this tactic is 100% the one that you need to be using. If you have a number 10 that can dictate your games, this is going to get the most out of them. Now, for those of you who wish to give this tactic a go for yourselves, I'll be linking my Discord down below in the description. It's where you're going to be able to download the tactic from, then the download section of the Discord. Now, for those of you who do not have Discord or are on console and aren't able to download the tactic, feel free, copy it all over from the video. I'll be going over all the player roles and instructions here in a moment. So for those of you looking to download this from the download section of the Discord, you'll be looking for Gormy's 4231 Helms Deep. Now, we've got advanced forward on attack up top. We got inside forwards on attack outside of that attacking midfielder on support. We then have a deep line playmaker on support, ball winning midfielder on support, 2 wingbacks on support, 2 ball playing defenders on defend, and a sweep keeper on defend. Now the advanced forward on attack has dribble more and tackle harder. Both inside forwards on attack have crosses aimed at center, shoot more often, tackle harder. That number 10, the attacking midfielder on support, crosses aimed at center, dribble more, roam from position, move into channels, and tackle harder. Deep line playmaker on support, dribble more, tackle harder. Ball winning midfielder on support, dribble more. Both wingbacks on support have cross more often, cross from the byline, crosses aimed at center, dribble more, stay wider, and tackle harder. Both ball playing defenders on defend have dribble more and tackle harder. And that sweep keeper on defend has take fewer risks. When it comes to mentality, it is played with a balanced mentality. You can go positive or attacking. However, I suggest switching to that within a match with this, just like my previous 4-2-3-1. You definitely can get away, as we can tell from the results, playing a balanced mentality. If you want to go a bit more aggressive, feel free to do so. Just know it's definitely going to be a bit more risky. So when we are in possession of the ball, we have fairly narrow attacking width, overlap on the left and the right, play out from the defense, work the ball into the box in the final third using low crosses as well, shorter passing directness, slightly higher tempo. When in transition, we counter press and counter, distributing the ball quickly to the fullbacks and center backs by rolling the ball out. Once out of possession, high press line of engagement, higher defensive line, more often trigger press. So, what type of level can you implement this style of football, this tactic at? Literally any level of football, especially if you have a number 10 that is pretty creative, can chip in with goals, helps dictate your matches as one of your more influential players. This is definitely going to be a tactic you want to give a go. Now, when it comes to tactical tweaks, what are some that I would make? There's really only 2, potentially 3 that I have in mind. One is your striker. If you don't want to use an advanced forward, definitely feel free to switch to a target forward, poacher, complete forward, pressing forward, or even trequartista. Just know that if you use a trequartista, they are literally not going to help whatsoever on defense. However, I think if you were to switch from an advanced forward, going with a pressing forward either on attack or support would probably be pretty darn good. If you did go pressing forward on support, the change that you would make is putting this attacking midfielder then on attack, and you'll notice that I don't have get further forward on this role. I also didn't have shoot more often, and Ziyech was still scoring hat tricks, so don't really need to have that on. They're still going to be banging in loads of goals if they have the capability to do so. Then that last tweak is in regards to tackling. All the rules essentially have tackle harder, but I did not have get stuck in on, and I'm glad that I didn't, because we did get a decent-ish amount of yellow cards, but thankfully to not having get stuck in on, we didn't get all that too many red cards, not that many suspensions. So if you want to put get stuck in on, feel free to, but just having tackle harder on all the different roles, that kind of covers it for you. So there we have it for today's tactic. If you wish to give this tactic a go for yourselves, I'll be linking my Discord once again down below in the description. It's where you can download the tactic from, then the download section of the Discord. And if you have happened to enjoy today's video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is 100% free, so want to hit the sub button. Right now, I'll be popping up my most recent tactic, which was a 4-2-3-1, and is absolutely insane. So definitely make sure to check it out. But until next time, everyone, have a good one. Bye-bye.